news, transfer news, match previews, legend interviews, Spurs women, press conferences, covering everything Tottenham and England.
I can't even put an apostrophe in it.
So we just found out that we've come 9th out of 27 teams. Where did the Green Boys come? Where did you come?
19th! 9th!
You come 15th.
9th! No, 9th! Second! 9th! Winner, chicken dinner!
So Gary goes to the bar and look what he's come back with.
What's the daisies? They're all low carb.
He's a nightmare.
Right.
Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. So my team at the talkSPORT quiz finished 9th out of 27. Gary's team finished 15th.
5th. That's not 15th.
15th.
No, it was 5th.
15th.
5th.
Gary,
It was not 5th, it was 5th.
how did you find the quiz?
I loved it. It was good fun. But I think there was an issue with our Wi-Fi. Because I was getting the answers quicker than anyone else, but it wasn't going through. So I'm going to have a little word with Candy and O'Hara because there was something not right there. Apart from that, I loved it.
You enjoyed meeting them?
They were brilliant. Absolute legends. Candy, O'Hara, got loads of time for you, loads of chats, loads of banter. Brilliant.
Gary, I've got a couple of Spurs related questions for you.
Oh dear, go on.
So, Ivan Toney, Abraham or Solanke? Who would you choose?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I would probably go with Ivan Toney, but just the whole thing around how he loves Arsenal and stuff, I don't really get on with. And he's not the most honest player. You know, he's been a bit dishonest, even when he came back from injury when he was moving the ball and all that. But when you have a player like that and he's playing for your team, normally you can kind of warm to them. So I'll go with Ivan Toney.
Richarlison, keep or sell?
Sell.
That was easy.
It's easy, isn't it?
What would be a successful season for Spurs next year?
Win a trophy. Couldn't care less if we finish 4th, 5th, 6th or 7th. Win a trophy. Take the Carabao Cup seriously. Take the FA Cup seriously. Let's get a trophy.
The 5 players that you'd like to see Spurs leave this summer?
Oh, God. Wow. Okay. Højbjerg, Emerson Royale, Dombele, Ben Davis, Skip, Timo Werner, but obviously staying, but I would have had him go as well. I think that's about it. I think I've named
That's
5 or
6.
6.
That's
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
And the 5 players that you'd like to see Spurs sign this summer?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Well, players I don't know. Positions, left back, right back, creative midfielder and striker. So that's 4, isn't it? Yeah, I think that would be enough. 4 would be good.
Lastly, who will be the Spurs manager in 2 years' time?
I think it'll still be Postecoglou. I really do think he will last a minimum of 4 years with Tottenham. I really do.
Gary, what are you up to this summer?
Probably going on mad journeys with you, I suppose, somewhere. And following Tottenham. That's what we do, isn't it? That's what we do.
Gary, thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs!
So I'm now with Spurs fan Craig. Craig, how would you describe the season?
I'm a bit disappointed in our team, if I'm honest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I thought we could have done better. I mean,
Champions League?
Yeah, we were 9th out of 27. We could have done better. I answered some brilliant.
Oh,
questions.
our team. I thought you meant Spurs team.
Not Spurs, no. I'm talking about something else for a change. Our team, it's me, Chris, Matt and Rick Norwood.
Did you think Ricky had that much input?
No, it was the quietest I've ever heard him, actually.
Answering questions.
Yeah. I mean, I answered a few good ones, actually, I thought.
Yeah, you did.
You know.
Done well. Been squatting up all day.
I've done my research, so
Yep.
yeah, I just think we could have done better. But we beat Gary's team, so
Yes.
that's the main thing.
I see there you've got one of Matt's t-shirts, Gareth Bale number 11.
Bale 11.
What's your favourite Gareth Bale moment?
I have to say the last minute goal against West Ham, but no, I'm going to change that. That's probably number 2. Patrick in the San Siro was number 3. Best moment was when he knocked it round Maicon and sprinted a white up lane down the outside. I just loved that that move, that pace, crossed it to Pavlyuchenko, knocked it in and we went through. That is my favourite Gareth Bale moment.
Craig, what sort of backing do you think Ange will have this summer?
I think he will get, I've said this on the podcast before, I think he will get the players that he wants, but they won't necessarily be the players that we've heard of, because I don't think he's going to want superstars, you know, and the players that we not necessarily want, like the Conor Gallagher's. If we get Conor Gallagher, that's fine, he's not my choice, but if he's Ange's choice, I think, you know, I'm all happy for it, I'm all for it, and there's some names being thrown out there that players I've never heard of, but as I said, Ange wants them, it's fine.
Today, Real Madrid are being linked to Christian Romero. Would you be surprised if that happened?
I would, because he's got a couple of years left on his contract. I think he's 2027. I don't know if that includes the extension, because Spurs like put a year's extension on, but I think perhaps next year, if he's still at Spurs, which I hope he will be, we possibly have to worry about that, but I don't think he'll be going anywhere this year.
What about Heung-min Son? How many seasons do you think he's got left at Tottenham?
They've extended his contract to the next summer, I believe. I think they might give him perhaps another rolling year, perhaps another 2 years. He's a fit guy, never had really serious injuries. He could play till he's 35, so perhaps another 3 or 4 years.
Craig, lastly, who will win the Euros?
England.
England?
Yeah, I do think. I think we've got the best squad, best front six in world football. I genuinely think that. I think football's coming home. I'll be honest.
Wow.
That's not the drink talking. I genuinely believe it.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on, England.
Come on.
So I've now got Spurs fan Matt with me. Matt, how would you describe the season and what rating out of 10 would you give it?
Well, it started well. It started really well. I think for me, 6.5, 7 out of 10. I think if the season obviously had been turned around the other way, we'd be feeling a bit more positive. Yeah, Ange's, he's definitely got the feel-good factor back. Playing attacking football, but we need to get that consistency next season for me. Consistency is the issue.
It's been stated today by ESPN Argentina that Real Madrid are interested in Christian Romero. Would you be surprised if he left Spurs?
Yeah, I would. I would actually. I mean, I think he's obviously got a good relationship with Postecoglou. Spoken highly of him. It doesn't surprise me because he's a world-class defender, Romero. But I think I'd like to think he'll give us another year, see how next season goes, and take it from there.
Matt, if you could choose 5 players to sign for Spurs in this summer transfer window, who would you go for? Or what positions?
Right, for me, 2 key positions: striker, absolutely a number 9, out and out number 9, and a number 6, and possibly a winger, another attacking winger, and I think also we need cover at left back for Doggy, and obviously if Emerson's leaving, we're going to need cover for Porro. Up top, it's that dilemma for me in terms of whether we get Premier League experience or whether we take the hunt with someone from European League. I think Premier League, realistically, probably Ivan Toney. You could see that happening potentially. Looking further afield, I like to look at Dusan Vlasic from Juve. I think he'd be a good addition. But yeah, it's going to cost the money. And Levy's, hopefully going to back them this summer. It has to happen to keep kind of pace with the others.
Matt, lastly, who will be the Spurs manager in 2 years' time?
Got to say Postecoglou. Got to. I think obviously it depends on how next season goes. I think the club and the board, they're going to want to see some consistency in results and progress. I think we progressed last season. 5th, I think I said 5th was my prediction.
Yeah.
The only kind of blip for me last year was the cup competitions.
Yeah.
Fulham away, obviously, in the Carabao Cup. I think we went weak there. So we need to be taking that seriously along with the Europa League, FA Cup. So I think if we can try and obviously take those competitions seriously, I think we'll be there. He needs to get back. That's the key thing for me. So you've got 2 more windows next season. We'll see where we are. We can't keep hitting the reset button.
I know.
We can't keep doing that. So for me, I would hope that Ange is still there on the basis that the progress is there and the consistency improves.
You enjoyed the quiz this evening?
Jury's out on that, I think. But yeah, it's been good laugh.
Matt, thank you very much. Have a great summer. Cheers. Come on, you Spurs. So I'm now with the legend international DJ Fenton G. Do check him out. Fenton, What have you made of the season?
Well, the first 10 games were absolutely amazing, and then injuries obviously got us.
Yeah.
And our discipline just got out of hand. I've never seen the discipline so horrific in all the years that I've supported Spurs. It was like, oh, who's going to get sent off this week? Or, I mean, I should have put some bets on. I missed a lot of games towards the end part of the season because I kind of was a bit disappointed. I only actually got to see Spurs lose once the whole season when I went to the Lane.
You should be coming a lot more.
And that was against Wolves. And whenever we go, I play Wolves, I took my ex-wife there when we played them at Wembley, when Harry Kane scored that blinder, do you remember?
Who takes their ex-wife to the football?
Well, she wasn't my ex-wife at the time. She was my wife. My wife? She was my wife.
Fair enough.
And we lost. We went 1-0 up and then we lost. I think it was 3-1. And then I went again. And I took my little boy, because I've got a little boy now, and I've probably named that a million times on the channel. And we lost 2-0 against Wolves. And then, lo and behold, we lose again to Wolves this season. So, I can guarantee you, I will not be going to Spurs versus Wolves next season. Because it might be better luck if I'm not there.
Fenton, if you could choose 5 players that will leave the club this season, who will they be? And 5 players that you could bring in, or the positions where you'd bring in?
Oh God, that's a fantastic question. See, I would get a lot of hate for this, but I'm disappointed that, I mean, he's obviously got mental issues. Dembele, he was such a waste.
He's gone today.
He's gone. He's a waste. And it's a shame that no manager could develop him and improve him, because I felt that the guy was really talented when he first came, but he just didn't show it in any way, shape or form. I'm going to get some splinters on my backside. I don't particularly want anyone to leave. Oh, apart from Brian Hill. Brian Hill just annoyed. He's just like, oh, I've fallen over. Like, oh, I've fallen over. And he's just not strong enough for the Prem. So he's probably the only one really. But if you look at okay, we haven't got the strength in depth like the Man Cities, the Liverpools and everyone else. However, the quality of the strength in depth. But a player like Højbjerg, I love, because he can do the job. So it's only if we can improve them. We obviously need a striker to replace Harry.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. It's really, really, really difficult and hard to find someone who's going to bag 30 odd goals.
Very hard, yeah.
But I quite like to see Ivan Toney. I do like a bit of a bad boy.
Yeah.
I'd like Ivan, and I think this is in the England squad. That could work out well. And
if you had to choose one between Ivan Toney, Dominic Solanke, or Abraham of Roma, who would you choose?
Tammy Abraham, really?
That's who we're being linked with.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have all day Toney, Ivan Toney. There's just, if he can do what he can do at Brentford, and make a bit of noise, you know, when he played the full season, obviously before his ban, they were quite at the top half of the table. I'd have Ivan Toney, and I'd have him over Eze as well. I think Eze would be a good additional. I think having like even Werner. I actually quite Werner because he works hard. He's got pace. He might not be a forward, but I definitely have him in the squad because he's a good squad player.
Fenton, what have you made of the quiz tonight?
The quiz, well, the quiz.
Your team finished 15th out of 27.
The quiz? Was I at a quiz? The quiz.
What did you make of meeting Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara tonight?
Well, seeing Jason and Jamie was quite funny actually, because I don't just DJ people that get divorced. I also DJ people that stay together, and it just so happens that I DJ'd both their sort of wedding engagements type vow renewals.
Can we put this in?
Many years ago. But they remembered me and they were quite cool, so...
Great.
Yeah.
Lastly, who will win the Euros?
Who will win the Euros? Definitely not England. But I would fancy Portugal, because they've got some tasty...
Ronaldo.
Well, not just Ronaldo, but then you've got like Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, and I love Bernardo Silva. He's I don't think he's underrated, but he is a difference in a team. For shizzle.
Fenton, lovely to see you.
Thanks,
Come on, you
Chris.
Spurs. Have a great summer. Cheers. What?
You've had the rest, now you got the best. Carry on, carry on.
Right, so give me an impression of a Spurs player.
A Spurs player? Yeah. Ah, look, at the end of the day, I sort of, enjoyed the quiz, at the end of the night, I sort of, at the end of the day, because we've had a couple of beers. There you go, carry on.
How did you find the quiz, Darren?
Loved it, and do you know something, Chris? I'm not boasting because we didn't win, but I made a...
You finished 15th.
Ninth. But we made a good account.
We finished 9th.
Well, you say that, but you didn't. We made a very good account of ourselves, and I was a contributor. I thought my contributions were going to be minimal, but they weren't.
All Darren said is Slovenia 3-2. Every question.
Yeah.
Every answer.
Slovenia 3-2, 1935. No, I did all right.
Darren, who would you like to see leave the football club this summer?
Leave the football club. Well, Ndombele's gone.
Yep.
So thank you very much. Brian Hill, I'd like to say thank you very much. You're wonderful. You run around. You're enthusiastic. Goodbye. Who else? Oh God, Emerson Royale, Mazel Tov. Thank you for your service. Get gone. Can I carry on, or do you want me to stop?
Yeah, carry on.
Carry on. My mum, she's been a great servant. Thank you.
Who would you like to see come into the football club? Or what positions?
Oh, I'd love. We need an out-and-out striker. We don't need one. I think we need two.
Yeah.
I think Richarlison is perfunctory at best. I don't think he
I was going to ask that. Richarlison, stay or leave?
Leave because he's got the passion and he's got the will. I don't think he's performed. He's not what we want. We want a goal-scoring machine. Someone that either a fox in the box or someone that can get us goals. We haven't got that. I think we need not only one or two. I think we need a central defensive midfielder, a CDM that can really sort out people. Craig will back me up. Craig, come in. What do we need this season? We need a Craig, get in.
He's been on already.
Piss off, Craig. You're always hogging the line. That's the thing with you. You always want to get in on the action.
3 hours the other night. 3 hours.
That's the thing with Craig. He always wants to get in on the action. Yeah, come on, you Spurs. So we need a CDM. Come on, you Spurs. We need.
Daniel Levy.
Can I just apologise for my mum because she's had a couple of beers? We need a central a CDM, someone that can smash people. I think we need a striker and a CDM, and then hopefully that'll give us some sort of backbone. That's what I think.
Darren, what was your favourite moment of the 2023-2024 season?
Oh my God. Getting Ange, actually. And I tell you why. Because I was wrong about him. I thought that, because I'm not a fan of Scottish football, I think that there are two teams, there are Celtic and Rangers, and that's it. And when someone told me that we were going to get a manager of Celtic, I thought, why? What's the point? And I'm so pleased that we got him. And please God, inshallah, even though I'm Jewish, that we keep him. And that I think that Daniel Levy can keep him and do what's best for the club and not bin him off. I think that'll be an amazing thing. I've got all faith in Ange, and I think despite how we've played, I think that is a fantastic. In fact, I think that Ange has been the best signing for us.
Finally, who is going to win the Euros 2024? Are England going to do it? Is it coming home?
On paper, we can do it. But why are you laughing?
Yes or no?
What, you're going to do Ricky Norwood?
It's
bro.
It's not on paper though, is it? It's on grass.
Oh, right. Okay. So let me just caveat what I'm going to say. We've all had a beer, Chris. Jesus Christ! Oh, let me get the Sambucas in. Yeah, all right, whatever. So listen, I take you back to Lampard, to Gerrard, to
He's still going.
to Rooney. You know that team on paper.
I thought it was a Ricky Norwood.
Hello, have you met my mum? You know that team flattered to deceive. I think on paper we could do it. So in that case, yeah, go on. Why not England? And I know that you'll play this in a few weeks' time and you'll go. But on paper we can do it. We've all had a beer, Chris. I love you. You're like a father to me.
Come on, you Spurs. So I've now got Spurs fan Dan with me. Dan, how would you describe the 2023-2024 season, the first under Ange Postecoglou?
You know what, I was quite successful. I said fifth with a cup run. We didn't get the cup run, but we got the fifth. You know, we lost our major striker, who I think is a world-class striker, Harry Kane. And we had a lot of injuries. James Maddison, Van der Ven. At one point, we spent with 4 wing backs at the back. I think successful. I think we need to back this guy. We need to support him. I think he plays the greatest football that I've seen at Spurs for a very long time. I don't fall asleep now when we're on Spurs. And I think we need to look at, best left back in the league, I think, in Doggy.
Yeah.
Paul Rose come on. The 2 back to, Romero, Van der Ven, awesome. The Enquiries I've got a lot of time for. It's now time to get a holding, strong midfielder in and a centre forward.
Have you enjoyed the quiz this evening?
It was great. Thanks, Chris, for inviting me. It was awesome. Good to get out. And we come 9th apparently, and you come 15th. Is that true?
You come 15th.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And we come 9th.
Yeah, couple of sherbets, but we're all right. J2Os.
Christian Romero is being linked with a move to Real Madrid today.
Yeah, I just heard.
What do you make of that?
I don't think it's a good move for him. I think he needs to stay at Spurs. I think he's playing his best football. Very calm this season. Not as many red cards and yellow cards. I think the vice captaincy's really calmed down. He's a good leader. I think he's staying with us with Van der Ven. I think Van der Ven complements his play with the pace. So I think he needs to stay with us. I think we can get up there soon. Back in top 4.
What would be a successful transfer window for Ange Postecoglou this summer, Dan?
So I think the CDM's needed a break-up player. I think someone strong, a leader, and definitely a centre forward. So definitely 2 or 3 players, and we've got to keep building. I think we've got a 2-3 year programme here. This isn't just a change overnight. People are impatient, I know, but this needs to move. I mean, look at the players he's bringing in. Better than Mourinho, better than Conte. They're performing well. They're doing awesome. And we just got to back our team and support them. And when we're at the stadium, guys, we need to cheer and support our team, not go quiet when we go 1-0 down.
What would be a successful season for you next year?
I think we got, for me, I said 5th, like with an FA Cup run. I think now, Postecoglou's looked and seen that he needs to do a trophy. So I think he needs to take the Cowlin Cup serious. But I'm looking at UEFA Cup thinking that's the one, with maybe a 4th in there. But if we get UEFA Cup, then it's good as well, isn't it? No?
Lastly, who will win the Euros?
Well, we all want to back England, don't we? But let's go Hungary. Come on, it's in my sweepstake.
Dan, thank you very much. Come on, Spurs. So I'm now with the legend Ricky Norwood. Ricky, how would you describe this season?
Oh, bro, it was a celebration. I want to say it was a celebration. It was great to be together and not on Zoom and not looking at each other through screens and through muted boxes. And to have a drink and just kind of celebrate your podcast, the Chris Cowlin Talk Spurs podcast. But to be here for TalkSPORT with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy in the house, and to just have a little pub quiz before the Euros was immense. The competition was fantastic, the atmosphere was fantastic, and I really enjoyed myself. So thank you for asking me to come down, bro.
It was a good quiz, wasn't it?
It was a great quiz. It was a great quiz. You wasn't quite the fastest finger, but it was a great quiz. It was a great quiz.
We were enjoying the drinks. We were enjoying the drinks, Rick.
I haven't drunk. I've just had water.
I was saying earlier, every single time me and you seem to get together, the drinks are flowing.
It's your fault. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. It's yours.
Not my fault.
I keep blaming you, and you blame me.
All right, fine. That's fine. You blame me, and I blame you, and then that's fine. All right, I'll take that.
Let me be quite bold here. Richarlison, keep or sell?
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. We need 2 strikers. So if we're going to bring one in,
keep
we
or
need
sell?
to keep him.
Keep or sell?
I would sell him. I would sell him, and I would get like a number 1 striker in.
10 more minutes.
Who? Who would you like?
I would like Vlahovic from Juventus. There's a couple others as well, but the security guard just passed, so he's just thrown my mind. But Vlahovic, I think, would be dynamite for us.
Who will be the Spurs manager in 2 years' time?
I think Ange will still be there,
3 years?
Come see, come ça. I'm not sure on the 3 years, but definitely next few years, I think Andrew's going to be there. I think he's going to get back this season. I think he's going to show us the success. I think he's going to show us the path, and then we're going to back him for years to come.
Are you still happy with everyone talking about the Watford joke?
What for joke? I don't know what you're talking about. I just got here. What are you talking about? What? I just got here. What? Is Watford a place? What's that? What's Watford? Is that a sandwich? Can I get a Watford sandwich? I don't know what you're talking about.
Where will Spurs finish next year in the Premier League?
I think they're going to finish minimum third. I'm going to say third. I was going to say second, but that's too far. I'm going to say third next year. Minimum.
What would be a successful season for Tottenham next year?
Next year would be top 4 and a trophy. 100%. Tottenham Hotspur need a trophy, and especially under the great manager of Postecoglou.
As we're recording this, Richard Whitehead has just sent me a message saying, "I cannot believe you're doing shots on a sport night." Who on earth has been posting pictures of shots?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing to do with me.
But Rich, it's all your fault, bruv.
They're all here now.
Taxi! Very Merry Christmas.
Rich, it's all your fault, bruv. It's all because you're not here now. We've got to do extra. No, Darren, no. I'm not coming.
Come on.
All right. I think we're being kicked out.
Ricky, we need something to eat. Let's
I
go.
think we do.
Let's
Shall we
go.
go get something to eat?
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.